Judging by our faces, nobody can gauge who actually won the game because neither of us are happy.
No, it was a very ugly game in my opinion. It's just nothing to be proud of other than losing or winning.
I'm sure you are proud of the dinner that your president had with the referee team before the game. Clearly, that was useful. But all right, let's try to keep this civil. I think I owe you a thank you for
No,
agreeing to do this right after that result.
no, no, thank you and all. I was just a bit very like exhausting game. I would say, I was just tired and just felt a bit
It felt
like
like
to
it
go for
went
a
forever, no?
yeah, yeah. I thought I have to go out for a
Mm,
walk or something, but
mm.
yeah.
Yeah, speaking of walks, congrats to uh, Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. Apparently, they walked the most in La Liga.
Jude Bellingham, I will forgive him because he has
Yeah,
he has actually worked hard for the rest of the season. So one match, if he has a stinker or
I
doesn't
think
work as
that's
much
for
as
the La Liga. Even I thought that was a baffling stat because I always thought Bellingham was one of your more working players. But yeah,
no, it's about see the thing people confuse about is if you see kilometers covered or something, obviously runners and wingers will have more. So if for example I'm saying if Jeremy Doku plays every week for Manchester City, he will run more than Rodri. But that doesn't mean intensely like tackling or something. It's not something that puts you at a risk of an injury. So what
mm,
classifies as an intense or highly intense foul, sorry, a highly intense passage of play, that is questionable. Winger has to run with the ball, and Vinny keeps running with the ball now. From halfway line, he's the one that keeps running with the ball. But if he runs the other way, I will appreciate him. He doesn't run the other way towards our own goal. So
right. So where do you want to start? First 15 minutes, it looked like Barca were really tired, and there was this hangover from the Inter Milan game. Psychologically, obviously, that must have had an effect on the club, the way that
mm,
they ended up crashing out of the UCL. But I thought Madrid finally got their strategy right for once, completely capitalized on that Barca non-defense. I don't know what happened from there on, honestly.
no, I wouldn't say we got our tactics right. I think it's more of Barcelona being very defensive, but not very defensive, very tired. I would say tired and just not into the game, which they've been like this for like how many weeks now? I've lost count. So this was expected, but see, credit to Mbappe for like taking the both are like very straightforward goals. One is a penalty and the other one is a tap in. Third one is also is a very straightforward tap in. Credit to Mbappe for taking it, but to be honest, the goal was open for the third goal. And the guy, if he misses that, he has to get out of Real Madrid the next day. So uh, I don't know. I don't know if we got our tactics right, Chris. To be honest, because the next 30 minutes once Barca started playing. It is everywhere, and Carlo is definitely like I would say yes. He has completely run out of ideas. There's
Well,
no.
he behaves exactly like somebody who's on a notice period.
Yeah, he was
Um,
also. I think he started vaping or something in the middle, and he didn't. I don't think he cared. After a point of time, he's like, "Yeah, I'm leaving anyway." And I've seen more El Clasico. I've seen worse El Clasico defeat also. So whatever happens from whatever happened in that game is not really going to hinder his legacy. Okay, and in the end, we lost only by one goal. So this won't be like another huge.
you sure had some help. We'll get to it in due time.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that Barca switched off. And so this is something that we covered right after Inter Milan loss as well, right? The entire season, it has felt like Barcelona versus Barcelona, regardless of which team we are playing against. It has always been a matter of whether we can keep our defense in check. We can how fast we can score those three goals that we seem to be doing. And eventually, they switched on once again. Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Uh, at the beginning of the season, I was downplaying Rafinha's achievements. I was always like, yeah, it's just an aberration. Eventually, it's gonna come down. But I'm not sure. It just feels like he has found a perfect system in Hansi Flick's way of playing. His efficacy has been top notch, all shot accuracy and everything. Seems to be on a different axis right now. This Lamine Yamal scoring one goal and then Rafinha immediately scoring the next one. It has almost become templatized for me to watch. So even when we went 2 goals down, it didn't feel like it was the end of the world.
No, I don't think anybody felt that because I mean, in the Champions League game and against a better defense in Inter Milan, you are able to come back. So I'm pretty sure even in Real Madrid players' minds, and this is like a makeshift defense also. For us, it's a makeshift defense. None of the four are so the four that started the game today. None of the four were. If you ask me in the beginning of the season, I would be like, if you tell me the second Clasico, this will be the back line, I would know that the season is gone by then. So uh, to be honest, see, we can say everything, but then again and again, I'm saying you have to capitalize and score. That is the most difficult thing in football. Creating and everything is fine. You need to have the composure to score, finish it off, and keep coming back against big teams, Inter Milan, Real Madrid. So this team seems to have that. That quality they have in abundance, but will they be able to sustain if they keep switching off in the first 15-20 minutes? Will they be able to sustain their success next season? That is the question. Will it come to a point where they don't have the energy to like keep coming back, because mentally also it takes a toll on you to like keep coming back from 2-0 against big teams. So if I don't think it's going to continue next season. It's about how they adapt. What are the ways? How is Flick going to like solve this issue of not right from the whistle, not focusing? How is he going to solve it? He will find a way. It's not like from. I think I would say that next season we will see one of the sides going defensive for sure, because this didn't, for me it didn't look good on TV, Chris. If I have to show this to someone and say this is like the highest quality game between like two of the best sides, then I would be lying to someone. So I wouldn't show this to any non-football fan and say this is football. This is not football. That was it. This was
This is
anti-football
not
for the
football.
first.
This is La Liga, Ajay.
Yeah.
That is the whole
No,
marketing anyway.
I will. I will never say it. What if they watch a Getafe game next and they'll be like, "What is this then?" So it's not gonna. This is a pure aberration. These kind of games are aberrations. But in Barcelona's season, this season it has become very normalized. So we are not very surprised anymore. So yeah,
Uh,
it didn't
I
look good to me. I don't know what you felt. I was like
I felt very
after like
numb. That was my
yeah,
honest
yeah.
reaction.
Even I was
Even
like
when we were 2-0 down, even when we were 4-2 up, it
yeah,
just felt like me as a fan was just, going through the motion rather than enjoy the football.
yeah, true.
And that is, I mean, at some point I have to bring it up, and it also has a lot to do with horrendous refereeing. I know it feels like an overreaction as a Barca fan to speak, even possibly hypocritical. And as much as possible, even last game, I gave credit to a very good and what was the? I forgot the adjective that I used. Inter Milan game where in such high stakes game, the
Mm.
refereeing performances didn't become the center of attention. Coming from that to see this, and I can't think of any 50-50 call in Barca's favor today. It's just fine. There are days where you get calls in your favor and days when it goes against. But you have to
No, I think you
agree
have to be. I think it's okay to be. Today, it has to be like today. It's okay to be agitated or whatever, because see, one was definitely a potential red card. The first, in another day, Chomani would have had like 4 yellow cards. The last man foul. The only real explanation I can think of is in real time. It did look like he was not running towards the goal.
he
It
was
felt
away
like
from goal.
he was. That is the only thing I can think of. But again, I would still say that I think the touch would have gotten him towards the goal, and the goal was free anyway. Only Courtois was there.
That I'm not blaming anybody on, Ferran Torres going through on goal and Chouameni getting yellow, but the handball was just something else, man. It's been a long time since they played this game at 4 p.m. all kickoff also, so that was literally daylight robbery. I know we throw that phrase around a lot, but I was trying to keep thinking of ways in which it couldn't be a handball. I didn't see a lot of explanation on TV. And even the first Mbappe goal,
No, I
the one where he got penalty, could have been a potential offside as well. Again, there wasn't reasonable explanation
I don't think that
on.
was a potential offside. They do check perfectly these days. So offside,
They never showed the replay.
no, they show the replay. They show the replay later. So what happens is when the match once the game starts, they show it 10 minutes later something. I don't think the first goal. Forget it. That I don't think that's an offside.
I think the
But
explanation was the pass was not intended for him. The
yeah,
touch came off Kubarsi.
yeah,
Let's say again 50-50, but the
you could say
handball call was
50-50,
just
50-50
yeah.
not going your favor. But see the what do you call it? The handball. It is a handball. Okay, I would say for me it's 100% penalty. But what I know what the referee thought. The referee thought it was too close and there was no way Chomani could have put his arm somewhere else. But in front of goal, you always give a penalty. That's like one proper rule in football is whatever
Yeah,
happens, the context and everything goes away when a defender is standing in front of goal and the ball touches your hand. It doesn't matter if it's intended or unintended; it's a penalty. So I, the best thing is that with the referee bent, the drama is not him giving it. When the VAR said this kind of like this whole 2 minutes, now it satisfies all kinds of stereotypes. Barcelona being Barcelona, VAR saying it's a penalty, and he's like going, and then he's going to the monitor and saying no. It just satisfies
yeah,
everything.
that's rare. Usually, when the ref goes to the monitor, the expectation is that there is
Yeah,
something there to be overturned. And
yeah.
considering in real time it was not given as a ball, everybody was like, "Yeah, it's going to
I'm
be."
very curious. I'm very curious to hear the conversation because they have to publish the conversation these days. La Liga has to publish what the referee was saying to VAR because he kept talking to VAR. Another
Perez
thing,
paid for dinner last night, guys.
he wouldn't do it for dinner. At least a house or something, Chris. Who would do it for dinner?
Anyway, I don't want to throw around accusation. We want to put
No,
aside
it
my
was see, it
bias
was
and be
scandalous. Like this is like a perfect recipe for somebody to say this referee is scandalous. So
and
that is why I started laughing because I know that he's going to get wrecked wherever he goes now. Because people are going to remember this. The fact that he went to the point and didn't give it baffles me. And that
and then to turn around and then
yeah. Yeah.
give the handball to Fermin Lopez.
Yeah. And
The
then Fermin,
audacity.
both are handballs to be honest. Fermin Lopez Gavi immediately told Fermin Lopez it touched your hand. Fermin kept running and Gavi just stopped. Gavi was like, I saw it in your hand. Fermin went to like Barcelona fans and
Yeah, that
everything.
that it's fair that it didn't stand, but it was just comical
No,
for
I
it
thought
to not stand
no,
after
I was
the other game.
in my mind I was praying that give this goal so that there's no controversy and
Controversy. Two
people
wrongs
say you're
don't make one
satisfied.
right.
Yes, satisfied. But this referee has guts.
Uh,
This referee definitely has
yeah, to
guts.
do this in
I'm
the
pretty
home
sure.
ground.
Yeah.
That
I'm pretty
yeah, I
sure.
don't know
I'm
what
pretty sure
he's
when he got
thinking.
to the screen, when he got to the screen in his mind, he thought, "Shit, I'm gonna get wrecked now because I have to give this now." Because this in
Oh,
replay
yeah,
and slow motion. Yeah, Fermin Lopez. I think he thought in
because
his
it's a
mind
very
that.
obvious handball from
Yeah,
Gavi.
and it was this like this also. I think he thought, yeah, I'm gonna get wrecked today. Yeah, the something has to. This is like a scandal. That was a very bad call in my opinion. This is like not even 50-50 or 28 or something.
You could
Something he
look
did.
at like whichever
I don't
angle that you want.
I don't know what logic he applied for that, but yeah, I think enough of referee though.
Yeah, I think it had to be said, and we have said our piece. Moving on to the game, I think we have kind of beaten to death what the issues with Real Madrid and Barcelona, as well as like with all the streams that we have been doing throughout the season. My question to you is: you have Trent Alexander-Arnold coming in at right back, Xabi Alonso coming in as a manager. It feels like you, as a fan and as a club, have more to look forward to next season than we do right now.
Yeah, I would say that because I don't. Right now, nobody in Barcelona is sure whether you're going to invest big this summer. I think you still need. I don't know if you need another lever or whatever to like. I don't know how many more levers are needed. Uh, so I don't. There is no. there is no kind of reports or something saying that Barcelona going to invest heavily,
Exactly.
like they're going for these. I think Barcelona still needs they need two players, and they still need two players from somewhere. One, I would say, for me, it's still somebody, a proper central defensive midfielder. Doesn't matter how good De Jong has been since his injury or something like that. I think still a central defensive midfielder is needed, because I wouldn't go into the next season trusting Casado and Bernal to be fit or whatever. I would say, and after winning two trophies, I would expect the president to like give me at least one player I want. I think Flick will ask for one defensive midfielder, one physical. I would say one physical
Physical,
dual wing.
you the likes of Thomas Partey, whatever, even Freddy
Yeah,
Valverde does for.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I know you. It still has to be technically good. Technically, he needs to beat Barcelona standards. But yeah, I think somebody like that. I think Flick would ask for one, and I think he would want a fullback for sure. I think he would want a right back for sure.
Yeah,
I think those are
we
two things.
target somebody like Frimpong. Now
Mm.
I don't see him being linked to any other club
Mm.
like he
Liverpool.
was a few
They
months
say
back.
the thing with
Yeah,
Frimpong is.
mm,
Sorry to interrupt. One thing about Frimpong is he kind of grew up in England, and he has previously said that he wanted to join Liverpool's academy, ended up joining City Academy. So I think he's more, I don't know, leaning towards Premier League at this point, I would say. Um, and I don't know if the thing with Barcelona is you won't be able to close a deal very quickly this summer. That I'm very sure, because reports would have already come if you're negotiating or something. Something
so
is
I
out.
am surprised that nothing has come out. No
Nothing
links
has
to
come
any
out.
players
It's just a really good
whatsoever. Yeah,
season. It's just because you're
yeah,
having a really good
maybe.
season, it kind of gets masked also. It kind of, fans haven't realized that, oh, we don't have enough for next season. They're yet to realize it. Once you win La Liga, maybe after this Clasico also, people will realize that we might need a couple more defenders or whatever. I would say a right back, because I think Kunde can actually be a good centre back partner for Inigo Martinez or Kubasi. I think Kunde can play centre back. So Kunde, while defending wings against pacey wingers, can have some trouble, but I think he's more of a centre back than a full back. But
Of course. I think just
yeah,
because it's a 2 year experiment, that doesn't mean that he's a natural right back. He
yeah.
has to slot in central defense. Him and Kubarsi would give me a lot more confidence considering how old Inigo Martinez is.
But I think
Eric
he's just
Garcia's.
really good, Chris. Inigo
Mm,
Martinez, he keeps saying, he just, the crucial moments,
yeah.
he just keeps getting the tackles right. There's so many times I've seen.
Safely say we lost the Champions League semis because he was taken off the pitch for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah, it's just that he's
So,
been. I know we say it too. I agree, because maybe next season he won't have the legs to play full season because of Barcelona's style and everything. So fair point, but he has been outstanding. So other than this, there is this big drama. Rodrigo, there's something big going on between Rodrigo and the club, because he's not injured. They have not seen him near the training ground, and he's not. He was like, Carlo did not even like look towards him, or there's
yeah,
nothing. He did nothing this time.
you brought on some academy player right now.
Yeah, and it's hard to read his. Also, he usually has a very poker face and he doesn't react much to anything. So it's hard to read what he's thinking. I have a feeling something is not right, and I'm pretty sure Alonso might probably look at the squad and think like one too many forwards. I think he's going to think, because if he's going to play the same system as he did in Leverkusen, and I don't think Rodrigo is going to play wing back or something. I think Arnold is going to play wing back right from day one. So I think he probably thinks Vinny and Mbappe are probably untouchable at the moment. Bellingham is untouchable. Bellingham deserves to be untouchable, because he has been good even in such a bad season. So I think he's thinking Rodrigo is the one that I can let go of. Probably get one wing back, which he really needs a wing back right now. So if the board says we have to sell to buy, then I think they have to let go of Rodrigo now. And he's been
Absolutely.
really
It's a
good
little
for us.
unfortunate as well
Very
for him.
unfortunate. It's very unfair, but I can't
I,
see
but,
any way out of it.
mm,
So yeah,
again, I think the club still thinks Indrik has a much higher ceiling than Rodrigo, so
which
he
I don't
is
agree
going
with,
to
but
maybe it could be true. We haven't seen enough to know if it's true, but if you have to let go of one person between Rodrigo and Hendrik, I don't think after all the efforts that your club put in.
it's just that one
get
thing I
him.
would say, Chris, one thing I would say is Mbappe is going to be our center forward for years to come now. So, what exactly is Endrick? How are you going to groom him? Because I don't think he's the kind of player. Rodrigo, when he came, he was a left finger. Then he just learned so many things and he learned to play so many different positions. So, I don't know why I don't get when I see Endrick, I don't get the feeling it'll be easy to teach him different things or ask him to be more versatile or something like that.
That's what
So
do you mean you don't know? That's because he doesn't seem to learn anytime he has been on the pitch.
yeah,
He
he's
seems to
just
be
very
making a lot of
he
poor
he just
calls.
seems very raw for me, and they won't let go. I wouldn't say let go of Enrico. There's no point in buying somebody that age and letting him go even before he has like progressed to an age where you can judge him.
Mm,
So there's no point in that.
exactly. I think
So
that is it. That is what will end up playing in Enrique's favor because Rodrigo is like 24 at this point, and what you're seeing with the likes of Lamine Yamal, there's also this impatience from clubs in general. These once upon a time, 24 was like, hey, he's just about to enter his prime. Now the expectation itself has
yeah,
definitely.
it has gone, and especially at Real Madrid, you have to. It doesn't matter if you're 19 or 20 or 24 or whatever. You have to perform week in and week out. And full credits to, we haven't talked enough about Mbappe and the way he has come back from the last El Clasico. He has been out. To be honest, he has been outstanding since Christmas. Since Christmas, he has been a different player, and that reminds me of Cristiano Ronaldo when he was declining at Real Madrid, when he used to have like pretty bad like first 3 4 months, and then somehow he used to like Christmas, that 1 month 2 weeks whenever he got
Manchester
the break,
City
he
behavior.
used to he used to I don't know, maybe it's 1 week 2 weeks or extra time or practice that you give a player time to settle in. But that happened with Mbappe. I felt that Athletic Bilbao penalty miss changed him. After that, he came out and said that I'm the one that is doing something wrong, that I'm the one that has to settle down. The mistake is mine. So he kind of accepted that I have to change, which is actually good on his part, I would say. And many kind of have this Mbappe egoistic, that the PSG kind of Mbappe. I think some people still have the same image at Real Madrid. In Real Madrid, he has not caused any trouble in the dressing room. When it comes to hotel, when it comes to facilities, he has not caused anyone any trouble. The only thing you can say ego is because he doesn't defend, and his and his work rate is
Player
pretty
of
poor. So
his caliber, they would probably let him off the something like that, right?
yeah,
And
let him
it
off the pitch. Yeah.
makes you wonder how much of it is Mbappe's problem at this point. Because even as a rival fan, I absolutely agree that guy has been nothing but a class. Even on the pitch, it's very evident over four Clásicos how much he has improved, right? Then you look at somebody like Neymar, you realize he kind of held PSG hostage as well in his time there. So maybe it was just the club and the culture
It's
around
true. It's
superstars
true.
there.
It's
And
just
that,
that
yeah,
Mbappe. The thing is, PSG let go of Neymar and Messi to keep Mbappe, and that made him look like a villain. I don't think
yeah.
I don't think Mbappe initiated something and said sell Messi and Neymar. I'm going to be the main man or something. It's just that their wage bill was ridiculous at one point, and it didn't make them any sporting wise. It didn't make them sense to have Neymar,
Mm,
Mbappe, and Messi, all three of them together on the pitch. So they had to let go of them. See, Mbappe definitely was creating more of drama when he was in Paris. Maybe because his family was closer. Maybe Nasser Al Khelaifi might have a Gulf state. He might be a very influential person in a Gulf state and everything. But Perez has different kind of influence. Perez in Madrid, you can't go to him and say I want this hotel, that hotel, I want
yeah.
this or that. You
Mm,
don't do that to Perez in Madrid.
whatever it is,
So
I think it worked out well for you. He's literally leading the Pichichi right now. It looked like a pipe
yeah,
dream when we
Lewandowski
would have.
won't be happy. I'm telling you, strikers won't be happy to miss these games and just sitting out and everything. I won't be surprised if Lewandowski comes back and equalizes, because he would be fuming, because he would be,
Mm,
for him. I think he would probably be thinking I was fit enough to play this game. So in his mind, he would probably think I was fit enough to play this game. I couldn't now. The Pichichi is gone now, and he doesn't have many more years to come wherein he can regain it or something.
so
So yeah,
I would actually play the devil's advocate and say Lewandowski hasn't been that great, and with the
he hasn't
injury
been. He has been.
and the fact that he was benched to this game because he wasn't fully fit, it has served as the perfect excuse for him almost. Now he can say, "Oh yeah, I could have totally come back," but I don't know. Like,
Ferran Torres has been outstanding,
yeah,
Chris. Torres has been outstanding whenever I've seen him play. His
Almost
hold
and
up play
learn
has
this knee this year, by the way. Something that needs to be called.
yeah, his hold up play
Mm,
has improved by miles, and he just looks so sharp, and his mind seems to be unwavering at the moment. He just seems very focused and sharp.
yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
credits to Fancy Flick for that. Yeah.
Like, absolutely. And he's also one of those confidence players. There are some players when they play well, they have a tendency to just keep improving, right? I remember when he had a bad game or two, he would end up having a string of bad games because
Mhm.
that's the kind of mentality he has.
Rodrigo is
Whereas
another
players,
player like that.
hmm,
Rodrigo is another player like that, wherein when he has the confidence and he
yeah,
goes on a run, especially in the Champions League, he has gone on a
mm,
run so many times, scoring and assisting repeatedly. And he just seems to be, as a character, he just seems to be too quiet. And it just seems like somebody needs to go and tell him that, you're
yeah,
also one of the main guy.
mm,
They tried, Bellingham has tried his best in social media to like keep saying in interviews and everything that Rodrigo is also the main guy. Rodrigo is also, but it just doesn't. You keep saying that, but whenever he has a bad game, he's the one who has to
yeah,
be benched. When Vinny has a
mm,
bad game, nobody throws him to right wing and says you play right wing now.
that's
So
true. Yeah.
no, nobody says that. So it
But
just
considering we desperately need a winger or a striker, we would happily take Rodrigo off your
that's what
blade.
that's like your your
Bit
own
of
your own
a,
Luis Figo moment. That would be your own Luis Figo moment.
exactly, it would be a bit of a payback from all those years ago. I would take Fede Valverde at right back at CDM. Like, it just feels like even though we are at such a better position sportingly this season at least, there are so many Real Madrid players I would take in a heartbeat. We
I
still seem to be having a lot of
We have praised
gaps
him.
to fill.
I think Pedri, Pedri gave his fans like a sequence for life when Bellingham wanted to like take the ball off him, and he just turned Bellingham like 90 degrees and just took the ball and went away. That is going to be replayed for a while now. So till the next Clasico at least, which is still far away. So yeah,
Yeah.
Pedri was again outstanding. It just
It's criminal that all the Ballon d'Or shouts go to Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. You're like, what else could Pedri possibly do from here on to even, earn that mention? I'm glad at least the fans, for their part, in every home game, you hear a Pedri chant.
they
You
chant his
even
name.
hear
They
that
chant his
in
name. Yeah.
away game. He's becoming that Iniesta-esque player, right? Like all class, fans completely adore him. It doesn't matter, whether I win the individual
Uh,
accolades or not.
yeah, but the one point I would like to conclude this with is Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or, that moment it lasts for a couple of seasons, Chris. Like Iniesta did not win the Ballon d'Or, Xavi did not win the Ballon d'Or. Everybody, every legend in every country puts Iniesta and Xavi in their midfield. So Ballon d'Or for that moment, for that year or two, it will give you that high. Maybe give fans high. Maybe give you debates. Give you like a good point on social media debates or something. But other than that, nobody knows how many Zidane won and how many R9 won. They know they won, but what year, what context, who they went up against, nobody knows and nobody cares. So Ballon d'Or does have some impact for like I would say 1-2 seasons, but other than that,
Well, I
nobody
appreciate
cares.
what you're trying to do, but I would still like him to win one at some point.
Who are you? The Pedri?
Uh, Pedri, yeah.
I think it has to be this season. It's tough to win over forwards anyways, so it's just
Yeah.
very tough. So
I wish they just brought on like four awards, one for goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward.
you should.
Just
I
make
would
it.
say. I
I
would
mean, there
say
are like hundreds of players playing. Just because you give out four, you're not really diluting the award.
true, true.
Now it's just one too many great players getting missed out. All right. So, what are you looking forward to from here on? I know we already spoke about the exciting, incoming personal changes, but
I'm waiting
closing
for
out the season,
I'm waiting for a tweet from Madrid Extra saying that
Comunicado official.
Comunicado official, Xabi Alonso has asked the players to run from Madrid to the nearest mountain, whatever it is, just run to the mountain and come back every single day. You have to make the players do it because I'm waiting for it because these players they can't concentrate. I've not seen a single game where they are focused and concentrated for 90 minutes this season. And I don't know. For maybe hire Ten Hag for 1 week and make him do whatever he did with Man United, and then sack him immediately after 1 week and get Alonso. So I want to see a tweet wherein they say players are very tired after training and they can't breathe or something like that. So that is what I'm looking forward to. If that happens, I know this team will be fine. There's a lot of big egos who needs to get who probably have to be humbled because the season was that poor. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to some of the current Leverkusen form translating into Real Madrid. They just lost to Wolfsburg of
So
all teams.
no, they lost to
3-1.
Dortmund. I think they
No,
lost to
that was
Dortmund.
old news, Ajay. This is today. They
Oh,
lost to
they
Dortmund 1-4 couple of days back. Today they just lost 3-1 to Wolfsburg. Yes, yes, I
no, no,
have it
no,
right.
no, no. That is Bayern.
What do you mean it's Bayern? It's right here.
No, no, no. Today game is 4-2, 4-2 for Dortmund. 11-5,
Why?
2025.
Okay, I have no idea
I
what's
don't know when
happening.
they last
Hey,
against.
hey, Jamie, can you pull up the screen for us? I don't know whoever watching. I don't know if there is a Joe
It is
Rogan
it is
fan
Dort
who's
it is it
also
is
watching.
Dortmund. It is Dortmund 4-2. Yeah.
See, that's my bad. It's women's football that they.
Yeah, yeah. It is women's football.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and no, no, no.
Dortmund was
Even
the
I was
last.
thinking, I was also thinking that it's not ending the right way for him.
Mm,
So in Leverkusen, and they kind of drifted badly out of the title race. So yeah,
Congrats to Barca. Yes, I was a Madrid fan as well. To
yeah,
give
they will.
main players
They're
rest before Club World Cup. Oh, is that a
no, I
trophy?
don't think. I don't think they're gonna rest. They're gonna rest the
Mm,
players now because I think Mbappe would want the pitches. Mbappe would play. Um, Other than maybe Vinicius, I'm not sure if all of us, all the entire squad is going to travel for Club World Cup. I really don't know. Group stages, I'm pretty sure not everybody's gonna play Club World Cup. Knockouts, again, I don't know how many players would give their 100% in those knockouts. I'm really not very sure because they're very tired, Chris. Even today, it seemed like players are tired after the season. So I'm not a fan of the I'm not a
I'm
fan of the
not
Club World Cup,
even. Yeah, same here.
and I'm not even looking forward to it. Also,
Yeah, who cares? I think it's just for both the clubs. It's just you put your head down. Barca have a formality of finishing the league or the trophy, but other than that, it's just all eyes on the next season. Um, anyway, I just hope we target a couple of interesting players. It's very weird how we haven't seen, like, even when we were broke, we got linked with all the players in the world. This level of quiet is just
it's
unprecedented
just
as
Rashford
a
is
Barca fan.
the only name I've heard constantly is Rashford. So I don't know whether that's good or bad. We'll see. We'll see next season. So yeah,
Hopefully, Hansi Flick effect rubs off on him. But other than that, we. Anyway, I don't think I've said this throughout the stream. Congrats to Barca for winning the La Liga with an
congrats to you.
asterisk, of
Congrats to
course. We still have to play Espanyol and all. But it's been a fun season. Given where we were at the start, I don't think we have anything to complain. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave this with.
you. Yeah, bye bye. Nice one.